Hey everyone! Ready for a deep dive into a career that's more than meets the eye? We're tackling Groundsmen-Groundswomen today, and trust me, RoleCatcher's insights had us both surprised.
Seriously, it's way beyond just mowing lawns. We're talking like
hmm
the whole first impression of a place, whether it's a park or even a fancy golf course, that's shaped by what these folks do.
Right. The guide uses this great phrase, maintaining the visual appeal A&D safety of outdoor spaces, and the range of places they work is huge.
Huge is right. You're thinking everything from someone's backyard to those botanical gardens you see pictures of. And yeah, there's a lot more to it than just mowing.
Okay, so spill the tea. What else does it involve?
Think planting, watering.
Yeah.
Oh, and the weed battles. And pest control, too. It's way more varied than people realize.
It's like you need that science background, right, to know how to actually keep those plants healthy, not just like trim them.
You got it. It's hands-on, but you got to have the knowledge behind it.
Okay, that's the cool part, being outside, the hands-on stuff. But the guide's realistic too, weather's a factor, right? And it's got to be physically demanding.
Oh, yeah. Especially, they mentioned spring and summer. Those peak seasons can mean some serious hours.
So someone who's got to be okay with the heat, the rain.
For sure. Makes you think, how much do you actually like being outdoors? If you're the type who thrives on that, even with a little or a lot of sunshine, this could be a good fit.
Totally. And it's not just about toughing out the elements, it can be physically demanding too. Those peak seasons, spring and summer, they're beautiful, but they mean long hours sometimes.
Yeah, they definitely don't sugarcoat that in the guide. But then, like you were saying, that connection to nature, being out there, it's appealing in a way that a desk job just isn't.
No way. It's a different pace for sure. And speaking of different, can we talk about how this career can actually grow with you?
Oh, yeah. RoleCatcher lays out these clear career stages, entry level, junior, senior. I mean, you can even end up running your own whole landscaping business. It's wild. You don't always think of these hands-on jobs having that kind of trajectory.
Right. Okay, so break it down for us. How does it actually work, moving up in the ranks?
So you start out assisting, like most entry-level gigs, right? Getting your hands dirty, learn the ropes from the ground up, literally.
Makes sense. Lots of on-the-job learning, I'm guessing.
Totally. But then as you become more junior, you get more independence. You're tackling stuff like disease and pest identification, even dabbling in landscape design.
Oh, so that's where that artistic side comes in that we were talking about.
Exactly. It's not just about maintenance. It's about vision, too.
I like it. Okay, so then you hit the senior level. What's that look like?
Well, you're kind of moving away from the day-to-day hands-on stuff and more into management. Think overseeing teams, long-term planning for the landscape, even managing budgets.
Whoa, so like serious responsibility.
Big time. Different skills needed at that point. Less about knowing your way around a flower bed, more about knowing your way around a spreadsheet.
And a team of people. It's leadership at that point. This is reminding me of that part of the guide with the sample profiles. Those were really helpful, right?
Yeah, seeing someone's actual career path instead of just like the theory of it makes a huge difference.
For sure. And speaking of things that make a difference, remember when we thought groundskeeping was all like shovels and lawnmowers?
Oh, tell me about it. And then we got to the tech part of the guide. Blew my mind.
Right. Precision agriculture, drones. It's a whole different ballgame.
It's like, who knew tech was so huge in landscaping?
Yeah.
Makes sense, though. Maximizing efficiency, minimizing environmental impact.
Drones, though, for real. I thought those were for like Amazon deliveries and spying on your neighbors.
Right. Apparently they use them for aerial surveys, even targeted pesticide application. Way better for the environment than the old methods.
That's wild. Okay, so it's official. This field is way more high-tech than we thought.
You can say that again. Which actually, speaking of being prepared,
Yeah.
the guide has some clutch advice for anyone thinking about job interviews in this field.
Oh, yeah. The interview questions section, so good. They really went specific with
No
it.
kidding. Not your average, tell me about your strengths stuff.
Yeah.
They had one that was like, how do you ensure pedestrian safety on a busy site?
Makes you think, right?
Yeah.
You're not just dealing with plants. It's a whole environment, people included.
Exactly. And then to really drive home that tech is huge in this field now, they suggest being ready for how do you stay up to date with advancements in technology?
Right. It's like the learning never stops. Which makes sense. I mean, tech's always evolving.
For sure. You got to be on top of it. But honestly, that's part of what makes this whole field so interesting is that mix of, like you said, the traditional skills being outdoors, but also that cutting edge stuff.
Totally. And not just maintaining spaces, but like you're shaping them, using that knowledge, that creativity. It's kind of cool when you think about it.
It is. And it made me think of this point from the guide. They were talking about how you can specialize within groundskeeping, like get really good at irrigation systems or tree care, even pest management, that whole side of things. What would you pick if you had to choose one to be like the expert in?
Ooh, good question. It's like your groundskeeping superpower. Um, I think for me it'd be tree care. Something about it, so majestic and
Hmm.
grounding, literally learning how to care for them properly, the pruning, maybe even some climbing. That just sounds so cool to me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But hey, that's just me. What about you? What part of groundskeeping really speaks to your inner gardener slash techie slash artist? Tell us. We want to know.
I'll keep you in suspense on that one.
All right, you got it. Well, thanks for diving deep with us into the world of groundswomen. Until next time, happy exploring.